Hey guys, what is up? It is Chris from Gentleman's Gaming, and I bring you somewhat of a new series with CSGO. Since I've kind of been playing a little bit too much for my own good, I'd probably say. I have about 350 hours, which in all fairness is not as much as what some people have, but that's besides the point. I'm here to teach you guys some of the basic tips and tricks that I've kind of learned over playing over the course of the last, give or take, 6 months, and kind of compile them into the video. So every week there'll be a video for a different map. So today, obviously, we're going to be doing fan favorite, and we are going to be doing Dust 2. So pretty much what we're going to be doing with this video is kind of show you some of the rushes and some of the techniques that I use. So first what we're going to do is we're going to do the counter-terrorist strategy for a Bombsite, which kind of means just how we set up a Bombsite and pretty much how we configure it. So if you know that you're going a Bombsite your first round, or whether it be any round, you can pretty much take up two stances. You can either go down long and wait down in pit, or buy dumpster, buy A doors to wait for the terrorists to come out, or you could take up positions on the actual Bombsite and look down cat, and pretty much just take up defensive positions so the terrorists come. So the counter-terrorist strategy for B is a little bit more difficult. Not so much difficult as kind of you have to get there with the right timing. Since B, in order to cross B, you have to kind of expose yourself to mid, and pretty much they could count how many players cross so they can predict it. All you can do to counter that is just a little smoke, which is only $300 at the beginning of the round, which is kind of, you know, arbitrary. But I normally like to have one person sit in mid right here by a Humvee and construction, and I kind of like to watch cat just to make sure that I know, or keep in touch with the guy on A site to know that someone's coming cat. So pretty much for B Bombsite, normally the positions I take up, if I have a rifle or an op, I normally take back of sight. I have seen people take those two corners. The spot that I normally take on pistol round is, can't jump. I normally take this spot here. You kind of have to wiggle your way on there, but it's a really good spot to ambush players coming out of B, and I think it's a good spot. So now that we're done with CTs, let us move on to the Ts for Dust 2. So pretty much there's a few different strategies you can run. The first strategy all depends on how you spawn. If you have a really good B spawn, meaning a lot of your players are towards B Bombsite, pretty much what you could do is have them either buy Tech 9 and grenades, or you could buy armor even and just use your Glock. That's completely personal preference, and pretty much what you can do is pretty much just rush through tunnels in order to get through. And here I'm just showing you the available buys you can get. So pretty much strategy for B-side rush is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. B-side rush. Normally I check tunnels to make sure nobody's there. And the smokes that I normally use to get in here, normally people don't smoke. I never go into B Bombsite without smoking because, wow, that was really weird. I never go into B Bombsite without smoking this off, so kind of B Bombsite and then window and door is closed off. All you have to worry about is back of sight and boxes. I know another smoke that you can do. You can bounce it up from the opposite side, and that takes away the counter-terrorists' vision from the back of sight. So pretty much the only spots you have to worry about are to the right and left of you when you come out the door, and yeah, pretty much you just have to fend off the CTs when you're coming into the site. So the terrorist strategy for A long, or going down A long, is a little bit difficult considering you have to get the timing right. Always, and I always do this at CT, no matter what you're using, always make sure you know what the count is. If they haven't smoked it, make sure you know how many players are at each bomb site, so you know how many players are going to rotate. That's always kind of a policy with me. But pretty much once you know that and say, hey, there's two CTs going A, you guys can go down A long. So the strategy that I like to use going into A long is I like smoking off corner, which I know rifles and op like to sit at and kind of watch. I normally hit the smoke. It looks like a right triangle or an isosceles triangle with those two lampposts, and it pretty much smokes off kind of off area, and it kind of smokes off pit. If you do want to smoke off corner, you could just do pretty much a basic smoke off of the I can't even remember what that's. I don't even think there is a name for it, but pretty much all you have to do is just a basic smoke off the wall, and it's right as rain, and you could pretty much push into A long. Pretty much the strategy of going into A long after you finally take it. It's very simple. To block off CT, you just need to do a little smoke that blocks off kind of A long from B, so you guys have a solid path through to the site. And pretty much once that's done, You can take out any people that are still sitting on cat or on site. And I noticed a lot of the times when I would take sites is a lot of people would sit in the spot right here and head glitch like I am right now. And it's kind of annoying because they can get the drop on you without you knowing, and just kind of a little warning. Then once you have those spots cleared out, you guys have the site and you guys can defend it. One other strategy you can use is the cat or A-long split, and pretty much what this is you split the team up into groups of 3 and 2, and you pretty much go to either A-long or cat. So you can have 2 cat and 3 A-long, or 3 cat and 2 A-long. Now, the strategy that I like to use, pretty much the same strategies and smokes as what you do for A-long. If you're going cat, this smoke right here, I normally bounce it off the wall right there, and it pretty much smokes off mid and cat, so you guys can go through and they won't have any idea that you guys went through it. It kind of cuts off mid, or the guy that's looking down mid, from anybody that's coming cat. And once you guys are at cat, there's a few smokes that you can use to kind of force the players out of their spots, or even just get them to adjust positions so you can get the drop on them. I noticed a lot of people when they took site, or you know that people were coming down cat, is they like camping at ramp and then looking towards cat from the boxes. So those 2 smokes right there will kind of help you flush out anybody that's guarding ramp. And then if you aim right above the door, it'll smoke off the entirety of the back of the site and goose. Now the last strategy that the T's do have for this map, does too, is the mid to B rush. Now this is a little bit trickier, considering you have to rely a little bit more on your teammates. Considering that if anybody is lurking, or if there is anybody on the opposite team that is rushing, your plan is kind of fucked, pretty much. But with the mid to B rush, all I have to do is just do a smoke through mid that covers CT, so that pretty much the people that are posted at a bomb site can't rotate or don't know that anyone's rotating. You could just do a little hot flash to clear out mid, just so that there's nobody sitting in mid. Once you clear out Humvee and boxes, you can move into the bomb site. And pretty much the same spots that the CTs were posted at in my CT part of this video, you would look for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and comment if you agreed. And also, comment what other map I should do in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed.